Recorded the morning of December 5th. You're listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. For those of us who follow the lunar calendar, this is just too amazing to not mention. Let's start over here. A year ago, let's go to Chanuka, Shabbos Chanuka. 2 days before, let's say the 5th day of Chanuka, the computer models, both the European GFS, were forecasting a phenomenal storm to move across the Midwest and to move up, moving northeast, starting out around the Texas Panhandle, moving south and moving northeast. A very intense storm system, eventually going into the 28s in terms of barometric pressure, 28.9, 28.8. I remember looking at it, 28.7. The thing was just blowing up. It was colliding with solid Arctic air on the backside. The models showed it colliding with copious amounts of Gulf moisture ahead of the system, and it was a solid forecast for quite a while. Just a large storm was in the forecast. What ended up happening, this storm did not materialize as forecasted. The storm was a little bit weaker. The Gulf moisture got cut off. A lot of it got cut off. And the snow, although it did snow, but it was not what they were forecasting. The only city that got what was forecasted was a place like Cincinnati, Ohio, but it was never really forecasted to be so bad for Cincinnati in the first place. Officially, there was a blizzard there, but nobody knew about it because it was in the middle of the night. Just a few inches of snow. Okay, let's go over to this year. We have the exact same thing in regards to snow. Something very similar according to the European computer model. Totally remarkable. For again, the lunar calendar, not totally lunar, but the holiday of Hanukkah. Once again, the solar date does not match up. Last year, it was close to December 25th. It was a holiday for multiple cultures, religions. This year, we have Hanukkah once again. It starts Thursday night, this upcoming Thursday night. The European computer model has once again a very intense storm system, and a storm system over the weekend moving northeast. Monday night, December 4th, the European computer model was forecasting for either Sunday or Monday, Sunday, December 10th, for a storm system to develop, move northeast, and intensify to eventually 28.1. By the time, can you imagine that? This is 28.1. Hurricane strength. For those people who are not familiar with barometric pressure, this is hurricane strength. That's as it moves through the Midwest, it's 29 point whatever, but it eventually intensifies to 28.1. The GFS model had the storm system intensifying to a mind-boggling 28.4. Both of them are just, these are hurricane-type strength. This is just unbelievable stuff. The whole question with this is, will it collide with the Arctic air? Or in the National Weather Service's language, the term is phasing. Will the two jet streams phase? Will the southern jet collide with the northern jet? If it does, so then you have an intense storm. That's number one. The storm becomes more intense. And number two, that's when you get a snowstorm on the backside. So the storm will eventually collide. Eventually, the storm will have Arctic air on the backside, and there will be a snowstorm. But the whole question is, when is this going to happen? I want to share with you something just totally remarkable that the National Weather Service from Little Rock, Arkansas said. It's just an awesome forecast discussion, what they wrote up the Monday night, December 4th. This is a scientific forecast discussion, and in the beginning, I don't have the words in front of me, but this is more or less what it said. It said in the beginning, it said, before we begin, repeat after me 3 times. I will never trust one run of the European computer model. Never trust one run of the European computer model. Never. That's what it said. Say that 3 times, and then it began. Now, why? Why are they saying that? Because the European computer model, which is usually the most accurate model, is forecasting snow amounts that are so outrageous that meteorologists are dismissing it. That's it. Especially for Arkansas. Arkansas is a southern state. The European computer model was forecasting about 15 inches. This is early December. For northern Arkansas, 15 inches of snow, and this bullseye continues into southern Illinois, central and northern Indiana. I'm just mentioning the city South Bend, Indiana, because that is the bullseye of the storm. Going right through South Bend, the storm misses Chicago. This is what the European computer model, the most accurate model. In general, it's the most accurate model. That's what it was forecasting Monday night, December 4th. The Little Rock, Arkansas National Weather Service said never trust one run. It's just one run of the European computer model. It's being dismissed because there are other models saying differently, and it does not fit climatology. For us weather enthusiasts who love snow and were extremely disappointed about what happened last year, realize perhaps HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make it up to us this year. Last year, we had a solid storm in the forecast that never materialized. This year, forecasters are not forecasting it as of now, not forecasting it to materialize. They're not going with the European computer model as of now, but perhaps this year it will happen, perhaps. Whenever you have 3 days, consecutive days of Kriyas Torah, there's always precipitation. That's the general rule, and we have that. Places down south can expect a severe weather outbreak. For those people who love thunderstorms, those people who don't like thunderstorms, well, you can look forward to the warm air, mild air, and that's the story. If you look at the Little Rock, Arkansas, the version from last night, National Weather Service forecast discussion, and it is quite unique, very unique, the wording to say the least. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and have a great week, and stay safe. There's no snow at all here in the northern part of Chicago, but apparently there are reports of snow outside of this area. You've been listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. This podcast can be found on almost every platform where podcasts are available.